Well, if you haven't seen what happened with the Minnesota Timberwolves, I don't care if you live in Canada, you've been under a rock. The Timberwolves leverage pretty much 5 draft picks, 4 of their own, plus the guy they drafted in the first round of Kessler for Rudy Gobert. And there's so many nicknames for this guy. The Stifle Tower. What was the other one, Sam, you had?
The French rejection?
This sounds like a bad date. I don't know why I don't like that. Like, this doesn't sound good. Like you went to France, you got rejected. Like it just, I get it though. But is D'Angelo Russell, is he still gonna be a part of this team? Everybody, and then Kevin Durant. I mean, they just tried to get the Timberwolves to trade the entire team for Kevin Durant. And if Kevin Durant was Kevin Durant, and this is the question, this is the first question I thought at you guys, because this is one that I was like, wow, I didn't even think about this. If you could get Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving to come to Minnesota, no COVID issues, no nothing, they're both healthy, would you make that trade for Karl-Anthony Towns and Edwards? Because now you'll have Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and Rudy Gobert.
No.
Would you make that trade?
No.
Not
at this age. I mean,
it's not a quick no for me. I may eventually get there, but I got to think long and hard about that one, man. I'm a big Kyrie guy. Obviously, KD, one of the best in the biz. But Reggie's right. I mean, you got to take that age into consideration. We don't even know what Ant is going to turn into. He's just scratching the surface right now. But man, I don't know, Ron. That's pretty tempting.
Reggie, that was a quick no. I want to hear what Reggie was going to say.
No, I wouldn't do it because look, Kevin Durant's going to be 34 years old. Yeah, you got him locked in for 4 years, but like you basically just traded away your future for 2 guys who are you just never know what you're going to get. Like Kyrie may decide like, you know what? I much rather, fight for, produce. I don't know. I think produce is not getting a big enough, outcry with what's going on, all the pesticides. I'm sitting
Fruits
out.
and vegetables.
Yeah, I'm sitting out. I'm not doing it. That's not, no. Basketball is not as important as produce. Like, you just never know what's going to happen with Kyrie. His temperament is just so, and I understand, like, why the Nets were just like, yeah, we're not about to pay you, like, for the future because we don't know what the future looks like. Like, you can just up and retire, just one day you're like, you know what? I don't need basketball anymore. I'm done. And now you're like, dang, we just gave up Cat and Ant and 4 first-round picks, and you just decide you don't want to play up in – it's too cold up in Minnesota. I don't want to play there anymore. And then Kevin Durant, he may just decide like, okay, yeah, I'll play for a year, and then, all right, now I want to be traded. I don't like it up here.
But take all that out of it. Take all the off-the-court stuff out of it. I said that. There's no COVID issue because COVID was a big reason why Kyrie ended up where he ended up. Like his mental issues with New York – as a whole, like the state of New York is absolutely nuts. We see it. There's a tweet that goes around now that's called episode 1, 2, 3, 4 of New York is not a real place. Like the things that happen in New York that are posted on Twitter that like are caught on. This dude just jumped from the train tracks, overhead train tracks, to the roof of a building across the street to outrun the cops. Like that is some Spider-Man stuff.
I think
that's
he made
real
it too.
life.
Yeah,
he made it. He made it and kept going. And then the cops look so stupid because like they're trying to figure out, should we jump the fence? Should we? Okay, get some milk crates. Let's begin. Like, dude, that dude is gone. Like by the time them dudes figured out, let's get some milk crates and make a ladder out of this. Like that dude is at home
parkour,
laughing at y'all. His friends got it on video now. It's on Twitter. So that's one of those things where Kyrie, I think he succumbed to like the offseason, everything that happened, his bad time in with the Celtics. If you take that out, just Kyrie, the basketball player, Kevin Durant, the basketball player, you go straight up 2 for 2. You have Rudy Gobert now as your center. Do you make that trade without all the issues? Because we know Kyrie at any point could say, you know what? I'm sick of them not letting American squirrels across the border over to Canada. Like, I'm going to fight for the American squirrels. Like, we know that. We know Kyrie thinks the earth is flat. There's a lot of stuff. But let's take that out of it because Minnesota is one of the most welcoming places I've been to where it comes like no matter what you are, who you are, and what you're about, sometimes people will accept you. And so I think Kyrie, for the most part, if he plays basketball and gives you, 30 and 10 and 8 a night, I think Minnesota Timberwolves fans are fine with that. Kevin Durant, we know, can give you a 50-point game at any point in his life. Like at any minute, he's ready to go out for 50. Consistent play from the two of them. Do you take that over Karl-Anthony Towns and Ant Edwards?
See, but that's the thing. I don't think you get Gobert if you're because they wanted the 4 picks that you ended up trading away for Gobert. So
no, they just made this now though. They want it now. They said like
where are these 4 picks coming from though? They already traded them away.
They already traded them away.
I think this was before the Gobert trade.
Yeah, this was before. Yeah, so they don't.
But that's what I'm saying.
Gobert.
But before you're not. They couldn't they were trying to get picks because they want to move Kyrie too. Like that's what the Lakers want. What they're trying to really do is help the Lakers out too. The Lakers want Kyrie, so they're like, how can we create a whole bunch of stuff to give the Lakers enough to come get Kyrie, but then also we're going to get some stuff from the Lakers. So whether we give them 1-1 and they give us some 2s, they need to get some of their picks back too. So, but I'm just saying right now, forget the picks, just straight up. They're like, hey, look, we'll give you these 2. You give us your 2. We'll move on.
So it's kind of a theoretical.
It's a hypothetical.
If you could switch Karl-Anthony Towns and Ant Edwards and put in Kyrie and Kevin Durant and ignore the age, ignore the off-field stuff, just what they are as a basketball player right now, you probably do make that switch because Kevin Durant has won 2 titles. He's one of the greatest offensive threats in NBA history. Kyrie Irving versus Ant Edwards, I think Kyrie probably has a little better pulse on when to assert himself. He's got a fantastic on-ball game. He's got a little better shot, I think, at this stage of his career. And again, if this is real life with salary cap implications, long-term implications, I'm sticking with Cat and Ant. But if it's just an in a vacuum scenario, yeah, I would make that trade for sure.
Well, here we go. We know Luke is about 75% sure he would, but he's probably like, nah, age. We know Reggie's like, nope, I'm not doing it. Sam was with me. Let's go get KD and Kyrie. Let's just do it. Let's just see what's happening.
Well, it's all about
see what happens.
One championship in Minnesota. I think if you ask fans, hey, if we had to mortgage the next 10 years and we just garbage, we'd have to tank, but we'd get one championship, would you take it? I don't know. I think people are at that point where they say, yeah, I just want to see one in my lifetime. And KD, Kyrie, like Sam said, they've won them before. They know how to win them. I think a lot of fans would be pretty tempted to take that offer. You're right.
I'm trying not to hide. I'm trying to hide my bias, but I'm a huge Kyrie fan. So
I love Kyrie.
I love Uncle Drew. Like, I love the movie. I love the storyline. Like, I love what he brings. Like, imagine walking in Lifetime Fitness and you see this 80-year-old dude hooping and he's killing it. Like that, Kyrie does that kind of stuff. Like he just shows up places for Pepsi dressed as Uncle Drew now. There's been sightings of him. Nate Robinson's done it a couple times with them where they just go to parks and randomly, like Minnesota would love that at Lifetime Fitness or one of these gyms or something.